Hello, my name is Angus, and in this session of Project Management Quick Tips, we're going to look at the Kanban board. Historically, the Kanban board has its genesis in the Toyota Corporation and was created in the late 40s when they were looking at lean manufacturing to deal with a pull system which is driven by customer demands. The word Kanban, if you like word etymology, is the same in Japanese and Chinese. The characters are the same and can be simply translated as billboard. What it is, in essence, is a highly visual scheduling technique which allows us to manage tasks within our projects. And if you'd like to visualize for a moment a conveyor belt, what we have, a conveyor belt moving from left to right, the Kanban board in that sense is doing similar, and very simply, it's telling us what's coming down the pipe, what has to be done, what is in the pipe, or on the conveyor right in front of us, what we're doing right now, and what's moved on down the conveyor, what has been done. So very simply, what is yet to be done, what are we doing, and what has been done, all moving along this sort of scheduling conveyor belt towards our stakeholders and end users. What the Kanban board does well is limit work in progress. That might sound odd and somewhat counterintuitive, but in a lean project environment, we don't have room to do unnecessary work. So we need to be able to see what's occurring, what's relevant, and what's going to assist us in unblocking obstacles to progress. Remember, at this point, we're in a process or a system that's been designed as a pull system driven by customer demand. So as our agile teams are full of these amazing people who are competent in many areas or many things, the project management Olympians that we are all capable now on a Kanban board of seeing where bottlenecks arise and removing those bottlenecks. We don't want to end up in a situation where bottlenecks and obstacles to progress keep growing and ultimately undermine the whole point of being in an agile, lean management environment. So the teams, the Olympians within these agile teams can see on a Kanban board where the bottlenecks are occurring and get rid of them pretty darn quick. So they're very useful. It's worth noting that dependencies are not explicit on Kanban boards, unlike a Gantt chart. So just keep this in mind when you're doing sprint sessions or similar meetings internally to discuss process and progress. And the dependencies are not always clear. However, a picture paints 1,000 words, and transparency breeds trust. Why is this important? Because our Kanban boards enable us to better manage stakeholder expectations. Everyone can see what's going on. Everyone can see the good, the bad, and the ugly, and we can all be on the same page, moving towards our common goal and work together to achieve aligned outcomes. At that point, in this transparent environment, we're consolidating competencies and we're eliminating insecurities. So it's a great tool, and use it to that benefit. So let's have a look at a quick look at a Gantt chart here, and what would this look like on a Kanban board? So just a word of warning, we read in our Anglo-Saxon, oftentimes predominantly Anglo-Saxon brains and methodologies, we're reading left to right. So remember, what are we doing? Here, the green line represents what are we doing. So the other questions to answer are what's been done and what has to be done. What are we doing? What has been done? And what is yet to be done? Well, here we go. What are we doing smack bang in the middle? Like the Gantt chart, the green line, nice line down the middle, the needle on the barometer, or however you prefer to visualize it, but it's showing us what we're doing. Now, what has been done on Gantt is on the left-hand side. It's gone past us that way. What has been done on Kanban is in the right-hand column, and that's why I asked you to visualize it as a conveyor moving left to right. So done, it's on the right-hand side, it's moving towards a client, end user, another stakeholder. Doing is right in front of us, we're on it right now, okay? And then what is yet to be done, what are we going to do next, is coming down this conveyor towards us. So we're moving things steadily and consistently and within our tolerances and our specifications and our scope of operations, we're moving it out the door methodically. And why is all this important? I'm a big fan of visualization and visualizing process. And in the world of projects where there's lots of moving parts and oftentimes lots of stress, using a Kanban board can help us alleviate those stresses. They can be budget friendly. You may want to use a software. You may have the budget for a software that does this for you, or you might be able to put one together on a pad with a pencil or a pen and just sketch it out in front of you. Or you can use Post-it notes and stick them on the wall. Yeah, it's very easy to construct, very easy to use, and a great way to alleviate stresses and create transparency. And ultimately, just to close out here, it's a tool for visualization in a world of complex project management. So I wish you the very best, and thank you for listening.